Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there a height limit in boxing?
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
This is my official breakdown of how I think this exhibition or fight, whatever you guys want to call it, between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, in my most recent video, I did an explanation of what this exhibition and fight, like I said, whatever you guys want to call it, was really about, and it's plain and simple. This is a money grab fight. Not so much for Jake Paul, but more of for Gervonta Tank Davis. And yes, Lamont Roach does deserve his rematch, and I broke that down in my last video that I just did of why Lamont Roach needs to move on with his career, go find someone else to fight at 135 and 140, and don't wait on Gervonta Tank Davis to be ready when he feels like he's ready to come back. Don't let him waste your prime years. Don't wait for him to make up his mind. If he wants to bullshit and waste his prime years, let him do that. Move on with your career. Now that Lamont Roach has momentum on his name, he can fight any big name that he wants to at 135 and 140. Knowing he gave Gervonta Tank Davis the most competitive fight of his career thus far. So Lamont Roach, don't wait on Tank. Go ahead and go on with your career. Make your money and fight someone else and get bigger and better opportunity, because that's exactly what Gervonta Tank Davis did to you. Wasted your time, made you wait around, and now he's making 50+ million. And that's where we're going to get back to. This was a business move for Gervonta Tank Davis. Not a legacy move, a business move. Boxing plus business equals money. Jake Paul is huge in the sport of boxing. Regardless if you guys like it or not, he doesn't need Top Rank. He doesn't need Matchroom. He doesn't need PBC. He has his own pockets. He has his own money to put a fighter in front of him with money. Damn near whoever he wants to. Canelo Alvarez, I'm pretty sure Canelo's going to take that fight when he sees the money on the table. Maybe later in the future. I would assume Anthony Joshua would also take that fight. And Gervonta Tank Davis is now taking this exhibition fight, whatever you guys want to call it, because there's millions and millions and millions of dollars on the table. If Jake Paul was a nobody fighter, he didn't have this fan base, he didn't have this money, he was a regular cruiserweight or heavyweight, whatever he wants to fight at, and he called out Gervonta Tank Davis, which makes no sense. You think Tank is going to fight him? No, he's fighting him because of the fan base that Jake Paul has, what he brings to the table, the money he brings to the table. This fight makes no sense. We got a 135-pounder versus a cruiserweight / heavyweight, 200+ pounds. Now, we're looking at somebody in Gervonta Tank Davis who is 5'5", 5'6". His fighting weight is 135. That's what he fights at. That's not his walk-around weight. I would assume he's going to, stepping into this exhibition fight, whatever you guys want to call it, about 160, 170 plus. And Jake Paul, 200+ pounds, who is 6'1", 6'2". 200+ pounds, 6'1", 6'2". Now, that is Jake's biggest advantage in this exhibition / fight. Now, it's an exhibition, but I know Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis have been going back and forth for a couple years. If this is going to happen, if Gervonta Tank Davis is going to sign up for this fight, because Gervonta Tank Davis has put on social medias and have done podcasts and interviews saying Jake's a clown. He's never going to fight him. He's not a real fighter. But now Tank has warmed up to it because of what's on the table. Like I said, this is a money grab. This is a business move. Boxing plus business equals money. But the skill difference, the experience, the hours in this game is a huge, huge gap. The skills, the hours, everything in every single category besides weight and power, experience, the skills, the hours in the gym, everything is on Tank's side. He is highly, highly favored. But the weight difference, and let's be real, either fighter can get knocked out in this fight. Now, the way I see this fight going is Jake Paul being 200 plus pounds, 6'1", 6'2". I would use the advantage of my weight. I'm going to make it physical in this fight. I'm going to try to back up Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm going to try to be the pressure fighter, corner him. But that is Tank's fighting style. That's always been his fighting style throughout his career. He's always been the one who's the pressure is against him. And he doesn't start to warm up until the later rounds, right? And then he finds his perfect shot. On the scorecards, he's down damn near every time. But then he'll start to pick it up. He'll start to wear you down. He'll start to let you back him up. He'll start to let you pressure him. And he'll find that perfect shot. He'll find that perfect opening. Now, I would assume that his speed is going to slow a little bit down due to him gaining weight. But the power is going to go up. Now, I believe that Jake Paul would absorb a punch much better, knowing the size and the weight compared to Gervonta Tank Davis in this fight. But like I said, the skill difference, there's a huge, huge gap. And I think Jake Paul is going to be the pressure fighter. He's going to use his physical strength. He's going to use his weight to back up Tank. And I think Tank knows that. And I think Tank's best bet is to work the body as much as he can. Start going upstairs to the head. Start making him guess. Start making him pay. And when Jake Paul maybe starts to get frustrated that he can't catch him, he can't corner him, and his game plan isn't working, I think Jake Paul is going to get a little bit frustrated in there, knowing the movement, the accuracy, the skill of Gervonta Tank Davis. Jake Paul, I think he is going to run into something, but I think Tank doesn't have enough power, being, his size, the weight that he's putting on. But like I said, the power, I think, is going to go up knowing the weight that he's putting on. But man, we're talking about someone who is 200 plus pounds. There can be a knockout from either side, but most likely I'm seeing Jake Paul getting that knockout if it does happen, if he can catch Tank. Like I said, the skill difference, the experience, the resume, I even hate to say that, the hours in the gym, everything, Tank marks every single category besides size and power. I'm giving that to Jake Paul. Everything else, Gervonta Tank Davis checks off those boxes. Every single one of them. And I expect Tank to use his skills, use his speed to simply outclass and frustrate Jake Paul and just put on a boxing lesson. The size, the power, I am very, very concerned about. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know your guys' breakdown in the comments below. Like I said, I'm expecting Tank to use his skills. I'm expecting to use his quickness, his accuracy, his timing. So let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said, this is a money grab fight. I went a little bit deeper on the breakdown in my last video if you guys want to go check that out. But like I said, this is a money grab fight. They've been calling each other out for years. Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't a fan of it at first until the money hit that table. Like I said, 50+ million on Netflix. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.